Okay, I'm going to get set up to finish the quilt top that we're working on for our block of the week. So I've done some Mirage stitches already, but we keep switching back and forth between projects. So I'm going to get the Continental M8 from Janome set back up to do the Mirage stitch. So first I got to change out the needle plate. We're using the HP foot, which is fantastic, and there's plenty of content out there for why it's so great. But for this I need the F foot, which has some space for the decorative stitches to slide underneath. You can see it's slide like it's on skis. Some nice gold thread to go with that dahlia fabric. The things I really like about this machine is this needle threader. And we're ready to go. Already got my top ready for the last border piece. Just got some wonder clips holding it in place. And I'm going to use some tearaway stabilizer to feed it through a little bit more even. Definitely practice a few times on this. I've looked at this so I know exactly where to eyeball the foot. Oops. And I'm going to do some straight stitches because what I learned before is don't start the Mirage stitch until after the edge of the border and it'll look a little bit cleaner. So the top looks a little weird. So we'll just use some straight stitch here. So I get it about in line with the border. Now I'm going to switch to the Mirage stitch. I'm going to use diamonds on this end. I've just been tearing the stabilizer out as I go. and under the edge of the border, so I'm going to go back to the straight stitch and finish. A little bit of a gap in the stabilizer, but it helps feed it. It's still okay. And then for the Mirage stitch, just pull it out, and just like that, a nice little decorative stitch. That's it. As I said before, a couple of things that I did is practice so that I know just how far to feed through on this foot right here. I was lining it just to the edge of this side of the foot to give a good seam allowance, and I did that a couple of times after measuring just to see what it would look like. So and then I did it with and without stabilizer. So without the stabilizer, it doesn't lay quite as flat, doesn't make it quite as nice of stitches whenever you pull it apart. And then if you go too close to the edge, it'll pull through like this. So again, do some practices on there. It'll help you. The stabilizer definitely helps feed it and looks much nicer. This one was an example without stabilizer, and you can see it just doesn't lay quite as nice and flat as it did with stabilizer. All right, enjoy.